Okay, so we got a Toyota here. Brakes shake like crazy. We're gonna check the rotors here, see if they're warped or what's going on. Zero this baby out. 10, 25, 26, 27, 30, 32. Okay, well that's way too much. Let's pull this off here. Let's pull this rotor off and see what's going on. See if the hub is just dirty or what the heck. What in the hell? Well, that's not good. Why would you do that? What the heck is going on there? So that is not how you should correct any kind of issues on a hub. There should be no spacers between the rotor and the hub. That is dirty. That needs to be cleaned up. That'll cause an issue. Backside of the rotor, that's dirty. That'll cause an issue. Why would they put a shim behind there though? Why would they do that? I've never seen that before. That's crazy. That's crazy. Are these the wrong rotors? Did they put the wrong rotors on and they don't fit right? Let's see if we can get this caliper back on here. Take a look inside. I don't see any rubbing. But it does rub. It rubs like crazy. All right, well, either something's wrong with the, I'm thinking these rotors are wrong. Yeah, I guess it is rubbing right on the bracket. I'm going to double check this rotor, make sure it's the right one. I have a feeling somebody put brakes on this and didn't get the application right. Or could we have bent the ears on the knuckle here? Let me double check this rotor. See if that brings us closer to where we should be at. Still going to be off quite a bit, I'm sure, because it's not clean. Two and a half. It's way better than 32. See if I can move the hub's not loose or anything like that. Okay, we're going to check this rotor for fitment, see if it's even the right one, and then we'll be back. I measured the face of this to the back side of the rotor. It's the same as the other side. So I thought, well, the rotor should be fine. Let's put a caliper on it and see if it's just the, you know, the way the bracket is. Maybe this one's thicker or whatever. It's still the same. It's still like no space in there. I don't have my shim in there for the pad. That would definitely rub. And you can see how thick it is there. That gap is very thick. So the rotor is moved back in that bracket. So I'm not really sure if I measure from here with a straight edge across here and it's the same as the other side, then the rotor should be the same. I ordered a different rotor. Let's pull this caliper off, try a new rotor on there, and see where it stacks up. Alright, let's just take a gainer in there. It doesn't look any different. It still looks like it's as far away as the other one was. Let's try the caliper. See what this does. That's still the same. What is going on here? Okay, there's something here that is not making sense. Rotor didn't change anything. Caliper didn't change anything. It's got to be something in the hub. Okay. So, did we lose a snap ring to hold the bearing in, or something there? These tabs are not bent, are they? They don't look like they're bent. What a strange deal. Strange. He did say the ABS light was coming on. So I'm wondering if this hub is sunk in too far. Tell you what, it is right at the knuckle. This flange, the backside of this flange is right at the knuckle there. I think I'm going to sell them a wheel bearing, because I'm going to have to pull all this apart and see what's going on there. This is definitely, I'm guessing we got some kind of, I can't see in there. There's got to be some kind of retainer that is out of place and the bearing has moved. Does that make sense? This is an odd deal. I have never ran into this before in my life. It's almost like this whole flange is in too far. So I can barely fit the tip of my screwdriver between the backside of the flange and the opening in the knuckle where the bearing slides into. Let me go check the other side real quick. All right, so I think I figured it out. We got something going on with this bearing and this hub here. So if you look in here, there is no gap hardly between that flange and where it goes in. The bearing goes into the knuckle there, which would explain why the rotor doesn't fit in the brake caliper. Let's check this side here, and you can see that there's quite a big gap there, or a decent sized gap anyway. So like I was saying, he did say the ABS was coming on at times, so I'm wondering if everything is sliding back on that side, because the trigger wheel is on the axle, and it looks like it's probably back. I mean, it must be like 1/8 of an inch only, but it's enough that the rotor won't fit in the bracket without rubbing, and that's why he put those shims on there. He said he put those shims on there. I'm like, oh, that's a disaster waiting to happen, especially little washers like that. I mean, 32 thousandths, it's only supposed to be like a couple thousandths. So that's definitely his brake shake, but it's leading to more issues with this hub here. So we got the okay. We're gonna pull this knuckle off, get this bearing pulled out, and see if there's a retainer that came loose, or why stuff is shifting around in there, because it's not right. So let's get to it. Well, we were right. Take a look at this. That little clip is out of the groove. See if I can get this in there closer so you can see. Yeah, the groove is way down here, and it's just up probably about 1/8 of an inch. So that's exactly what we needed for clearance. About 1/8 of an inch, and that's why we're having an issue. So some might say just push it down in there, put the clip in there, call her a day. It's not going to happen. This bearing job is going to be redone, because I don't know, obviously that bearing is not retained on the backside, so there was not enough pressure on that bearing. I don't want to risk any issue with the rollers inside there, because then it would be on me. So yeah, it's getting a new bearing. We're going to replace that hub also, so everything's nice and true, and we're going to stick a new retainer ring in it. So I'm going to do that, and when I get that done, we'll come back, put it all together, and hopefully everything fits and we got enough clearance, and yeah, should be good to go. I got this old bearing out, and I found out why it wasn't in all the way and why they couldn't get that retaining ring in there. So if you look right here, you get a light on there for you. When somebody put a bearing in here, they beat the hell out of that. This side is okay, but that side, that's some hammer strikes right there. So when you do that, it beats this ring up into the hub, or up into the knuckle. So that's why that bearing would not go down far enough to even get the clip in there. So I took my die grinder here, works great for getting in there, and I just ground the hell out of that. Make sure you clean up the receiver groove for that ring, and I did measured the width of the bearing, and measured with the clip in there from the bottom of the clip down to that surface, and it will fit back in there. We should be able to get the clip in there. So yeah, that's why that bearing was out of place. They tried, but didn't quite get her. You can't just beat these guys out of here and expect not to do damage like that. So yeah, we had to grind away a little bit on the other side for that to fully seat in there. So all right, next step is to get the bearing pressed in there, and then we got to make sure that that clip will go into the groove there. Make sure you clean that groove. I've seen way too many times when you don't get those clean, it makes it hard for that to actually clip in there like it should. We are going to clean up a few other things. The mounting surface for that wheel speed sensor, clean that up while we're at it. But yeah, we'll get that bearing in, and hopefully everything goes together well. It should. I measured it. We got a couple thousandths there to play with, I think, so we should be good to go. Let's get her put together here, and then I'll bring you back. Bearing is in. It's all the way down. Which is a good thing. All right, let's see if our clip will fit in there. Retainer. Oh, come on. Gotta love them. There we go. All right. And this side is not all the way in there yet. Let's give her a tap. Whoop. There we go. She is in there. So yeah, very important to get this all the way in there. Again, it was kind of screwed up. Whoever replaced this last time did not do a very good job. Just making sure it's all the way in there. She's a tight fit, but it is in there. That's in there, that's in there. It's good all the way around. All right, we're gonna get our hub pressed in there, and then we're gonna put this back on the car. So there she is. You can see there's a little bit more of a gap in there. So that should be solving our issue of clearance. I did clean up our wheel speed sensor mounting surface there. So let's get her put back on here. Get that guy in there. Something like that. Doesn't take a whole lot to pull down on this. Another one up there. We got our nice clean hub here. Cleaned up the inside of the rotor. Let's put that back on. And then I hope this fits. We are going to measure this for run out here. Don't need to get crazy there. The moment of truth. Will we have enough clearance? It's looking good. Let's get a bolt in here. It'll look even better with a bolt in there. Tightened up. I'm going to tighten those up quick. See where our rotor sits. Oh yeah, we got plenty of clearance. Our shield is hitting the rotor on the bottom here because I got a little crazy with it. Must have bent her up when I was pushing the bearing in. It's about 1/8 of an inch. Oh yeah. That's it. That is going to work. Let's throw on the dial indicator real quick and make sure that this rotor is good. See if I can see it too. What does that say? 0. There's 1. There's 2. Ooh. We're gonna have to throw a rotor on here. There's 4, 4.5, 5. That's borderline. We're gonna replace the rotor too. I think it may have warped the hub just a little bit with those washers on there. So that's another reason why I wanted to check, just to make sure. So yeah, let's throw the new rotor on, see what that says. Got the new rotor on there. Let's check it out. Zeroed out. -1, -1/2. So +1, so we got 2/1000. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll work just fine. Okay guys, kind of a unique video today. Some of the stuff we kind of run into all too often, really. Some of this stuff takes a while to figure out. So that's going to take care of this one. We got a few things to torque here. We got to torque the axle nut, all the other suspension components, get our tie rod end hooked up. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Like, subscribe, share. We'll see you on the next one.